here. Trey D, Team Trey D. I'm with Maddy from Top Rope Squishy.
Hey,
So me and Maddy were at an event down in Buda, Texas at Pinball's Kingdom. Mission Pro wishes granted. It was a enjoyable. Well, I felt it was an enjoyable show. Maddy, how did you like the show?
I loved it. It was my first live wrestling show ever. It was a good way to start it off for me. It was absolutely fun. Fun,
So,
fun, fun.
so you never been to a wrestling show before?
Never. My first was supposed to be in 2020 in March when AEW was coming to New Jersey, but the pandemic shut everything down the week before, and I never got to go. I had like lined up shows for the year, so everything got canceled.
So how did you feel about being there at the live show? Because now I'm interested to know more before we start talking about this card.
I never been at a wrestling show before, but it was so cool because you get to meet the wrestlers with the sponsorship, which was nice. It was nice to get in there first. And these women are mad cool, down to earth, nobody snobby. It was fun. It was just a surreal experience because I've been watching these women on YouTube and on Title Match, and Thunder has been all over, and it was just surreal to meet them in person. You wouldn't think they are, some of these women have such big names the way that they act. They just red velvet, real down to earth. It was
Okay.
fun. It was fun. I'm definitely gonna go back.
Love to see it. Love to hear it.
Yeah.
So it's about the wrestling with us. So let's get into the first match. It was Masha Slamovich versus Black Widow. Masha just came back from Japan. Her second match in a U.S. ring. The first one was on the 24-hour Fight Forever special. How did you feel about that match? Because Masha, she actually won that match. So she took it. It was a hard hitting match to me. But Maddy, how did you feel being there at seeing that match?
Black Widow was pretty hard hitter. I thought she had it for a minute. I thought she was gonna get it. She seemed more fierce of the two, but Masha won. I'm okay with that. I wasn't really familiar with either one of the wrestlers, so
Hey,
it's
shout
okay.
out to Black
Yeah,
Widow. I'm a fan of Black Widow.
yeah,
I did some little research. I like what she's doing.
she's
Masha,
impressive.
training over there, being with Marvelous and everything. I expect to see more from it. But this match was hard hitting.
Yes,
YouTube.com/ you see it at the bottom scrolling. You can see I put views up, or you can watch it on the Title Match Network.
yes.
So now we're not gonna rate the matches, but the wrestling in the match was great. A lot of suplexes, strong style, hard hitting. It was on the mat.
That's what I
No
like.
high flying, no razzle dazzle, just two women going out there and fighting it out. So we love to see that.
It's
We
good.
moved to the next match, which I think this was actually the first match. So that was probably the second match, but the first match that set the tone was Ban the Cone first off. Rashay Chanel versus we need to ban Kobisha, as she calls
No,
her, because she's disrespectful. But besides that, how did you feel about this match, Maddy?
I was happy with the way this match went. I've seen Rashay before, not in person, obviously, but in the ring, and I expected her to bring her kicks and them hits. She's really strong. She don't look like it. She's deceiving. She looks like she's really girly, but when she starts hitting you, you can tell those people are taking it. But Kenzie Page, I mean, she got in a good few hits too, but the match was pretty well rounded, I think. What you think?
I like the match. Rashay Chanel, her theme song's a bop. So when that goes on, start bouncing a little bit. She gets in there and she plays to the crowd.
Yep.
Um, I like how she actually works her character into her moves, where she goes the boom, boom, boom,
Yes.
goes across and kicks them in the ring. I like her, what we call it. It's like my second time seeing her do it. The person's coming back through the ropes, and then she gives them the move Jericho be doing. Um, I can't think of it. The double knees. She does.
Oh yeah, she
Um,
did do that.
that's like my second time seeing her do it. I don't know if she's always doing it, but that
I,
move is so exciting and so great to see her doing it because she just catches the person off guard.
completely, completely off guard. And she looks like she's actually improving. Like she's
Mhm.
learning new things. So
You know,
it's
this
always
is
fun to see them grow.
her second match with Mission Pro. So her first one she didn't pick up the victory, but now she picked up the victory. So
Yes. So
I
that's
expect
one.
to see her to keep rolling with Mission Pro.
Me too. Pretty exciting.
Now this third match is Danny B, part of the Queendom. Shout out to the Queendom, versus Jenna Lynn, rookie Jenna Lynn, rookie Jenny. How do you feel about that match?
Uh, it was okay. It was okay. I don't have anything like negative to say, but you can tell that Jenna Lynn is a rookie. Does that make sense?
I hear what you're saying.
Um, it was fun to watch. It wasn't anything that I would like put on repeat, you know. I'm guessing she'll have better matches coming with time, but it was a good match. It was okay. It didn't really hold my attention like that, but definitely wasn't my favorite of the night. And I don't like saying anything, negative about any of the wrestlers or anything like that. But she has like a martial arts gimmick where she wears, what's that called? The white robe with
Uh,
the I forgot what it's called,
I know.
gi.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about. I
don't
don't know the name though.
I don't know. But I mean, it was entertaining. If on the entertaining factor, fun. But hard hitting, real technical, clean, it needs a little work.
Okay.
You don't
Uh,
agree?
I, I mean, hey, it's your opinion. It don't matter if I agree. Jenna Lynn and Danny B. I like the match, but like you said, it didn't keep the attention. Danny B is starting off, but I like what she's doing. Her being with Amber Rodriguez and Promise Braxton is only going to help her get
Mm-hmm.
better. And I think this was her maybe first or second time on Mission Pro. Maybe I think it was her first time, and she was replacing Amber
Mm-hmm.
Rodriguez, who is taking February off. Hope everything's good with you, Amber. We can't wait to see you back at Mission Pro and everywhere else that you're gonna wrestle. But yeah, I mean the match. It I'm rooting for him, but like you said, it didn't keep my attention. For what it was. It was cool. I think it went about 6-7 minutes, and then it was over. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but each time I see him, I can tell they're improving. So I expect to see better things from him. So
That's it.
we're gonna move from one Kingdom member to another one. We had Rashay. No, I just said that. We had Rachel Rose versus Promise Braxton. Shout out to Promise B. Shout out to Rachel Rose. How do you feel about this match?
This match was good. This match was good. I was excited to see Promise. I seen a few of her matches, on YouTube. Um, Caught a few of her things. I was really excited to see her in person. She did not disappoint. I mean, she was really throwing them hits, making
Rachel.
Rachel work for a win, which she got. But yeah, I was rooting for Promise the whole time. I was rooting for Promise the whole time, even though I knew that Rose was going to win it.
True. Um, if you go back to a conversation I had with La Rosanega back in December, she mentioned Rachel Rose. So before even going into this event, and the way I had it set up, I figured that it'd be Maddy Rinkowski first, and then Rachel Rose second if she won at Wishes Granted, which she did win this match. To face La Rosa Negra next, which she is facing La Rosa Negra at Wishes Granted, the Black Rose versus the House of Rose. So I can't wait to see what that's like. But yeah, this match is good. Um, I like both of these women because they come from reality of wrestling. Making names down there. Um, you'll probably see them signed here soon, but this is a match you want to check out. This is a match that I've seen. I've seen these two in matches before, so when I saw them and they came out, I knew it was gonna be a banger, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's what they do.
It was great.
Now this next match, whoo-wee, Genocide versus House.
Ooh.
Let me take a sip of water right quick, because
Listen.
let me say these two went out there, and it was like Godzilla versus King Kong, some type stuff. They just collided and was going at it out the ring, getting the chairs. What you want to do? Fight some more. Oh, we laid out. Oh, let's hit heads. We smiling at each other. Let's fight some more.
Yes.
It was a moment Rachel Rose came out. She got involved in a match, which I would want to see the match without no outside interference or her rolling somebody over and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But this was one of my favorite matches of the night. It was it my match of the night? If it wasn't my match of the night, it's up there as one of my matches of the night. But how did you like that match?
Listen, seeing them in person is a whole different thing than seeing them on TV. When they came out, I was like, okay, first of all, these are two really big women. I was afraid of what was going to go on in there, because to have Holly Dead and Genocide collide like that is, like you said, it was like Godzilla in there. It was crazy. They were picking each other up. Didn't I think I even saw like a tombstone happen. I mean, they did all kinds of fucking moves that you would not expect women that are almost 6 feet tall, almost 200 pounds worth of muscle to be able to do. And yeah, they did bring in the chairs. Even the ref caught it in the face. I mean, that was a fun match to watch. It was brutal though. It was hard hitting.
Hard hitting, brutal.
Amazing though. Definitely up there. It was definitely up there as one of my favorite.
Go to the YouTube. Go to the matter of fact, I think I got. Let me see if I could put this in here. See if I can do this. Ooh.
And they're mad nice, and like when you talk to them.
Yes.
Brutal in the ring, nice people.
If you go and see them, make sure to support them. Make sure that you say hi to them.
Yes. Buy their shirts. Get their autographs.
Do everything. If you don't do it, make sure you go do it, because these two women.
Yes. Yes.
Love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
She said,
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I was definitely waiting for Genocide. I was like, this woman, I've seen her stuff, so in person, it's just so much more brutal, though.
Facts. It's you said in person. Yeah, it is so much more brutal in person. When you see it, you like, oh, this what we doing?
Mm-hmm. And these women, the chest slaps, you don't see that on regular TV. These indie wrestlers are no joke.
No joke at all. We're gonna bring up video of that here at the end, but let's go to the next match, which I forgot about a match. I totally skipped over a match.
Red Velvet and Sky Blue.
Talk about it. That was one of my favorite matches of the night. These two, young future of the industry. You see Red Velvet on AEW, Sky Blue. You're gonna see her a lot more, but this was one of my favorite matches of the night. These two, they gimmicked each other the first half of the match. I can do this. Oh, I can do this too. Oh, if you can do it, I can do it. And then it just broke down into, oh, well, I'm gonna one up you and they went back and forth, and I'm just saying, if you have an opportunity to see these two live, or just support these two, or if you're a promoter watching this or hearing this, and you got a chance to put these two on your show,
Do it.
do it. Well,
Do
you
it.
probably won't be able to get Velvet since she signed, and she gonna be bigger than you ever even seen. But if you
Yes.
got a chance to get Sky Blue, you better try for it now, because
Snatch
I
her up
give
while you
it
can.
a year or two, or if that long,
If that long.
she's out of there.
Her
How
talent
you
is,
feel, Maddie?
I feel the same way. I feel the same way. These are two young, beautiful, talented women who, again, are deceiving because you see them, you think they're cute. And when you see them in the ring, they do not hold back. And I enjoyed that match from beginning to end. I was rooting for both of them. Usually I had one person I was rooting for only in each match. But for this one, I was screaming out for Red Velvet and Sky Blue. I knew Red Velvet was going to win, but like you said, Sky Blue is on her way. So people need to hurry up and snatch her, because she's only going to get better from here. She's already so good.
You knew Red Velvet was gonna win.
I did. Just predicted that. I was telling my husband, I was like, it's gonna be Red Velvet, obviously, taking it. So there were a few where I didn't know, and you would be like, oh, it's gonna be so and so, and sure enough. But but for this one I knew. And it was so sweet how they ended their match. You know, they hugged it out.
They did hug it up at the end.
That's right.
It was so cute.
It was cute. They go hard, and then camaraderie. Boom.
You know what? Let's talk about some camaraderie. Let's see. Let's see if we can put it on her. Cause she said it. Can you see that, Maddie?
Yes. Yes, I can. That's it.
Yeah, I just watched little clips of the match. See
Look at
how it's
that.
going down.
These women were dancing in there.
This is on the Instagram, We LUV Wrestling. You know, just little clips of it. You can watch the full match on the Title Match Network, or you can watch, some of it on our YouTube page. You see it scrolling across the bottom right there. Check out that.
Check it out. Beautiful Harakalana. You don't believe it that like these women have so little time wrestling with everything that they do. So impressive. So impressive. I know.
That kick, the hug.
Loved it.
Just saying. Then it's greatness.
Elvis stirring it up.
Stirring it up out here for you guys.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this next one for the people. It is our championship match. We had La Rosa Negra defending her Mission Pro Championship. The Black Rose La Rosa Negra. Say it right or say it twice. Against
Rosa
Miss
Negra.
Reality, Miss Maddy Rinkowski. How'd you feel?
That was my favorite match of the night.
Mm.
You know her very well. I just met her.
I know who.
La Rosa Negra.
Oh,
is
Rosa.
She is so explosive. Her personality is like this big. I loved her from the minute I met her, but when she went in the ring, she was ready. I mean, she did a frog splash off the top rope. That was beautiful. Beautiful. And she took it and she gave it. Maddy Rinkowski, she's very good in the ring too. I mean, I was rooting for La Rosa Negra the whole time, but you can see why Maddy got a chance at the belt. It was just so good. And it went outside the ring too. The chest slaps were so crazy, painful sounding. I'm pretty sure they were sore afterwards. But yeah, these two women left nothing back. It was so much fun. Love that match.
Let me just say, like you said, I know La Rosa, so the frog splash. I know what she can do. Um, Maddy, like no lie, I did research on her back in August, and we had her on season 1 of the We Love Wrestling spot. You can watch that on YouTube too. But she got star appeal. If she keep everything straight, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be out there. But this was a good match. Um, Rosa Negra didn't come to play no game. She
None.
was giving it to her. You could feel the hits. Oof. The
Mm,
crowd was into it. Uh,
so much.
Maddy was fighting back though. Like don't think Maddy wasn't fighting back. She was getting back into it, but it
Hmm.
wasn't enough to get past La Rosa. You know what I'm saying? She did her thing. And,
She was great.
I I called the match back in December or November. Whenever me and La Rosa talked, I think it was December. It was something, but I called the match before it was announced, and hey, I was satisfied with it. I love to
Hmm.
see it.
She
Um,
she gonna hold that belt for a minute. I think. I don't think she gonna.
she can hold it for a while. I mean, if we want to talk about it, I've fantasy booked this belt for a while of how she can go, but yeah, she can hold that for a while.
For a minute.
So like I would think, yeah, we'll do this a little bit. So I would think, um, Rachel Rose, who was announced to get the next one that wish is granted. So after Rachel, I would think it would have to go to Genocide if she would win her next match. But because she lost her match due to outside interference to Holly did,
Maybe
that's
Holly did.
that's why Rachel Rose came out there to get involved in the match with Genocide and Holly did. Because she's like, hey, if I don't get this and Genocide get a win, their records are kind of the same. That will put Genocide in consideration for the championship. But if Genocide loses, that puts Rachel automatically the next person in line for the championship. So Genocide come on this next show, Broken Promises,
She gonna
um,
win.
and she win her match. Then if La Rosa Negra win her match, then the next show they have going, La Rosa Negra will go against Genocide, which that would put,
Love
oh
to see
man, can La Rosa Negra actually overcome Genocide if she overcomes Rachel Rose first? So, I mean, it's
it.
stuff you
Ooh,
can look at and everything with the championship.
ooh, wee.
And then after that, you know what I'm saying? Um, it could line her up to go to Red Velvet because Red Velvet, each show she's been on, she only lost to Maddie Rankowski. But after that, she just
Been winning.
it's been win. So I mean,
Hmm. It could be any of them
that's
women.
just me talking, you know what I'm saying? If that happens, I don't know. I'm just saying that's just me talking.
I would love to see Genocide with the belt at some point. At
You know,
some point, she'd make a good
see what
champ.
happens. Shout out to Genocide, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna try to do that because
I'm just
I
saying.
don't have any muscles.
No muscles, whatever. You still gotta do it whenever you see Genocide, you did.
I had to do it in the picture, but I had nothing to show.
That's just we just fantasy booked the championship for Mission Pro.
There you go. Make it happen, Thunder.
Now we gonna go to our last match and gonna wrap this up. The cage match, what everybody was talking about. Thunder Rosa's first cage match against Allison Kay. 30-minute time limit. It had to, you know. How did you feel about the match?
It went all 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I loved it because I'm biased because I absolutely love Thunder Rosa.
All right.
But honest opinion,
Okay.
didn't need the cage.
Okay.
I think because both women, this was their first cage match, Allison Kay's and Thunder, they probably were unsure how to utilize it properly.
I don't know
Did
if it was Allison Kay's first cage match.
really? I think it was.
Hmm.
I'm almost
Don't
positive
quote us
that I
on
heard
that.
it, but don't quote us on that. Don't quote us on that.
It is Thunder Rosa's because she told us that, but don't quote
Yes.
us on the Allison K. All right.
Yes. And somewhere in the middle, they started trying to like use the cage. They were really climbing up there, getting up there. You know, Thunder Rosa did a Hurricanrana off the top rope. She jumped on Allison Kay and flipped her down from there. So that was impressive. I mean, a lot of shit was going on in the ring that kept me very entertained. But I honestly believe that they did not need the cage. And I was not happy with the ending. Only because I wanted a definitive winner. And it didn't happen. Baby D called it all the way to the 30 minutes, and it was a time draw.
Honest opinion. So before going to the show earlier in the day, they put out a tweet. Mission Pro did this and said, pinfall submission, 30-minute time limit. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay. I see what they about to do. So already in my head, as soon as I saw that, I was like, they going to fight to the end of 30 minutes. That's going to be number 3. And then Empty Promises or Broken Promises, whatever the next show is, on March 20th at Boo, Texas, Pinball's Kingdom. Go buy tickets if you're going to be in the area. I was like, they might do number 4. But when I saw 30-minute time limit, somebody had tweeted, I don't remember their name. It was like, why do you put 30-minute time limit? Like all within a 30-minute time limit. So, you know, when you see something like that, just from promotions, I'm going to let you know, when you see something like that, just being a wrestling fan and being around so long, it goes into your head like, oh, okay, we're not going to have a winner here. So we get ready to fight for the 30-minute time. As far as utilizing the cage, facts. I mean, when you bring the cage out into it, that's like you need a definitive winner. You know, you win high stakes just to have a 30-minute time limit. I mean, the match was great. You know, it did some moves, like you said. Halfway through, they started utilizing the cage, but
it's minimal. It was minimal.
Yeah, the cage, you know what I'm saying? When you have it like that, that's really like the end all be all that you planning on having. So, I mean, good match.
And the women got involved.
Yeah, at the end. Yeah, we'll talk about the ending of it. But, I mean, because I'm going to separate that from the match. But, you know, 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, the cage really wasn't needed. When I think of a cage, I'm like, because what do you do after the cage match? Where do you go? Because Mission Pro, that was their first time using the cage match. So where do they go with this feud after the cage match? What's next? A ladder match?
Right. Tables and ladders and chairs. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
you usually build up to a cage match. And
unless you have like a War Games type match, because we talk about the ending. So yeah, Allison K, Thunder Rosa, no winner, 30-minute time limit draw. Then they was laid out. They was tired because you just went 30 minutes in the cage and you get the draw.
That's right.
They raise up. They go head to head. You hear the crowd. Let them fight. Let them fight. Everybody, they start throwing punches. Security referees getting in, breaking them up.
Yep.
You know how they do in the wrestling business when somebody breaks it up. Somehow you get free from 3 or 4 people holding you back so you can jump.
These tiny women.
You know, so you can jump back and start the fight again. I love it, but you know, it's just what they do in wrestling everywhere. And then, so, you know, you got people holding them back here, but outside the ring, something organic started happening, which was actually great. Fights broke out because all the women were coming out, and you had your different subsections of fights. What did you think about that?
I thought that was so smart. I started seeing them like going at it around the ring, and then I saw Roche Chanel come out with a comb. And she was not trying to have it. She wasn't fighting with nobody. She just wanted to knock on people's heads with the comb. Kept this smooth. She just went around the circle. It was
Worked
just
the crowd.
entertaining. They worked the crowd
She
well.
she went and said, so she came out. I saw her. I'm like, what is she doing? Well, she's waving at people. Hey. Then she goes sit down with some people on one side watching it, like wave
Yes.
at the camera. Then she come around the other side, does it again. Go around the other side, does it again. Then she goes and combs genocide hair.
Yes.
You know,
The genocide letter. It was great.
the fight broke out too. Holly Dead left the commentary booth. Um, I I was there and I saw her get up and leave. But then when I watched it back on Title Match Network, to hear her say, "Oh, everybody fight, let me go get some,"
I didn't
uh,
realize that's what she said.
and I mean, she look. Brittany Holton was on commentary. She was like, "Holly Dead, what are you doing?" So Holly Dead goes, she just beating people up. I see her toss Danny B out the way. I see her hit Promise Braxton, and then oh my goodness, genocide is right there. So you know what they doing? They
It's
they
so
they
good.
hitting each other on the other side of the ring, away from us. I don't
Yeah,
know if you saw
I did.
Rachel Rose and La Rosa Negra just tearing each other up.
It was hard to focus on any spot, but I like the way they did it because no matter where you were seated, you got a little bit of the action. So that was really smart. They really definitely engaged the crowd. Mission Pro doing it the right way.
So we'll do this rating here. If you had to rate the show 1 to 10,
What would I do?
what would you do?
Because it was my first show,
Okay.
because it had all the elements that
Put
I was looking
everything
for,
in there, everything about the show in there. Because you was
everything.
live. We was live, baby.
I give it a 9, a 9.
She give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10, which is not bad because
We
I'm pretty critical with my
we
numbers.
love to see it.
Yes,
Um,
definitely deserved a 9. What
nine out
about
of
you?
ten. Terry, what you gonna give it? I don't know. I don't rate shows. I love to support things. But if I had to, I'll give it about 7.5, 8. Um, only because said everything because I was there live. It's cold in Texas, man, and they outside, yo. I could have been in Indy for the coldness, so that kind of brings it down for me. Uh, Rashay Chanel being disrespectful with the comb over there, trying to comb. I'm bald, people. She trying to talk about she getting me right and everything, getting
That
my
was
tangles out.
that was
That
funny.
brings it down for me.
You
Uh,
like it.
Thunder Rosa with her sneak attack at the beginning on me. That brings it down a little bit too. That's another 0.5 docked off. Um,
She's gonna love to see that. Wait till you talk to her again.
uh, but I mean, I would say for the match material, I give it a 8.5 for the matches overall. Um, you know, is so if things go on, so cards are always subject to change. So
Mhm.
you never some things happen and you don't know about it to that day. But
Right.
still, they go out there and they put on a great show. I mean, if you got a chance to, I mean, you do have a chance to watch it. Go on the Title Match Network and watch the show. But I mean, it's a great show. Each show they put out, they put on straight bangers, good matches. I haven't been disappointed yet watching a Mission Pro show.
Same.
It may be some matches where I'm like, but what shows don't have matches where you like, eh, you know?
Exactly.
Um, but yeah, overall greatness. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't be talking about Mission Pro if we didn't
That's
enjoy it. Overall, it's not like
so
we hating
good.
on the show. Not hating at all. Um, let's see. Anything else you want to spotlight on the show? Who is who? Ooh, who? If you had to give out Two MVPs of the Mission Pro show. Who would your two MVPs be?
La Rosa Negra will get one
Okay.
for sure. For sure. Even taking away from the fact that she's impressive outside of the ring, what she does in the ring as a wrestler is just so much fun to watch. So she definitely gets one. But the second MVP, oh my God. I don't know. It's hard to choose.
I'm gonna just give you matches myself.
I'll give it to Thunder.
I knew you was gonna do it.
Of course. You know I'm biased. She did really good in her match. And she's like this big.
Top matches for me. Velvet and Sky Blue. I love to see it. Holly Dead and Genocide. I love to see it. Rachel Rose and Promise Braxton. I love to see it. La Rosa Nega and Maddy Rinkowski. Love to see it.
You pretty much listen to them all.
I'm only at 4. See, I'm at 4 of 7. Well,
that's most of them.
I'm about to. Rachel and Kenzie, I love to see it.
It's hard. It's hard to pick favorites because they just really went all out.
Masha and Black Widow. I want to see more Black Widow out here in these shows.
Yeah, me too.
Get Black Widow out.
Mm-hmm.
Masha, I know you about to be out here around there. I can't wait to see it. Thunder and Allison Kay.
One more time. We need one more. One more.
I mean, it's always gonna be one more, but what can they do for that? I mean, like you brought the steel cage out and you gave us 30 minutes in the steel cage. Well, 15 minutes utilizing the cage, but 30. Like, what do you go next?
Do false count. False count anywhere.
I seen that with her and Baby D. I'm not really excited for a false count anywhere. You know what I'm saying? That'll be going back to something. Because then if you have false count anywhere, again, why did you bring the cage?
That's true.
I mean, you was trying to contain them in the cage match. You're trying to contain 2 people in the cage because they always fighting all over the place. Cool. Gotcha. You go false count anywhere. We did that at the Mission Pro show in November. Run it back. So it's like, that's just me speaking. Like, what do you do next? That's the only thing about that match that gets me is like, where do you go next? Do you go like some MMA style? Because, you know, Allison Tate did John Barnett's Bloodsport. Thunder Rosa actually is fighting in MMA. I mean, do you do something like that? But again, why did you bring the cage?
They wanted to try something new.
You should have gave us a definitive winner.
I think so.
You wanted to do that then. That's the consensus from a lot of people. If you brought the cage out, it should have been a definitive winner.
But it's all good. I mean, new company, trying new things. Try something that don't work out. Move on to the next.
But a lot of people might have felt the cage. But I mean, this is just us being there with the cage match when it was the 30-minute time. Because I was sitting there timing. So when they said 5 minutes, then 2 minutes and 1 minute, I'm like, okay, now they getting up, they fighting some more.
Yes. But when it got to the 10-minute count, like 20 minutes had gone by, I was like, wait a minute. And I looked to my side. I looked at Ashley. I looked at you. I looked at my husband. I was like, this ain't going to end. Nobody's going to win.
And nobody won.
And nobody won. It was still good to watch it, though. I mean, 30 minutes of consistent fighting. Yeah, it's going to be tired. I think they did a good job. I just really feel the cage wasn't needed at all.
Facts. Preview next show. Let's see. La Rosa Negra versus Maddy Rinkowski. I mean, La Rosa Negra versus Rachel Rose. Who you got?
La Rosa Negra.
Facts. I mean, what more can I say? I got La Rosa Negra.
She's retaining. Period.
Like, nothing against Rachel Rose and what she's doing. It's just not. It's not her time.
Nope.
What other match is probably gonna happen on the card? Thunder Rosa, Allison Kay, Part 4. Who you got?
Because Thunder has won, I think, pretty much, except for the last one, in the cage match. She's won them all. I'm pretty sure, right? I think
Nah, they 1-1.
they won and won. Then
Because the
Thunder
one on NWA, Thunder Rosa,
took
Allison K won the first one, I think. Then Thunder Rosa took the
the
title.
belt.
And then this one was a draw.
Thunder Rosa.
You got Thunder Rosa.
hmm Unless she's trying to push Allison K and then she lets Allison get a win, but I think Thunder is going to take it.
Okay. They did announce some people that's coming to the show. So some newcomers, Submission Pro.
Nyla
You got
Rose.
Nyla Rose the Beast. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Queen Aminata, showing up in the place to
Sister.
be. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know about Queen Aminata, I'm not gonna say you're under a rock, but please go look up her stuff on our YouTube page. Look through it's a match her Trisha Dora. It's a banger. Queen Aminata be at all types of companies out here doing her thing. She is the current generation championship wrestling women's champion.
Yep.
But I'm high on Queen Aminata. Who else they announced coming? I know you know. It was two more people.
I don't know. I have it somewhere buried in my tweets.
Buried somewhere in her tweets.
Buried somewhere in my tweets. But either way, it's going to be a great show.
See if I can find it right quick.
I'm upset I'm going to be missing this one. I wanted to see Queen Aminata in person. She's fire.
They made some announcements. Okay, so Genocide will be at the next one. Danny B returns. Nice. Kylie King.
Oh,
she will be there. The Wild Child Jody Threat. So I saw the Wild Child Jody Threat in Indianapolis at the Collective. She out here, she doing her thing, so that's tight. So right now they got Jody Threat, Colleen King, who you can see on AEW Dark. Nyla Rose, who you can see on AEW. Well, I don't know.
Dynamite.
On AEW Dynamite in a while.
She's on there. Yeah, she's part of the new women's tournament thing that's happening too.
Okay. And Queen, Queen. Hey, I'm just gonna say Queen. I can't put her over enough, but if you got a chance to watch some, you got a chance to watch some of Queen Aminata stuff.
Yes, because check her matches out.
She's a beast. And I'm totally, I'm a fan.
Same.
Let's see, but that's Mission Pro. Wishes granted. They granted wishes, and some wishes came through. Some wishes was, empty promises. That's the name of their next show, Empty Promises. So,
nice. I love it.
They did that to themselves. Okay.
They set it up.
We thought we was gonna get a winner in the cage match, and they gave us Empty Promises. So that's the name of their next show. Mission Pro, we love you. Don't take that offensive, but hey, you know what I'm saying? We gotta tell it the real how it is.
Terry said it, not me.
Trey D definitely said it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be Terry no more. Y'all can't even call me Terry no more. It's too professional. Nah. Terry, Trey D, King Trey to the D at We Love Wrestling on Instagram. We LUV Wrestling. We LUV Wrestling 1 on Twitter. We LUV Wrestling on YouTube, Facebook. Like, subscribe, tell a friend about it, share. Check out, tell them your social media too, because if I love wrestling, she loves wrestling. So check her stuff out.
So yeah, I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Top Rope Squishy, and same thing on YouTube, Top Rope Squishy. No numbers, just letters.
Top Rope Squishy. Because the top rope when they hit your head is squishy, but not
only from the top.
You feel me? So this is our Mission Pro review. Mission Pro wishes granted. We were glad to be sponsors on the show. We will be back on as sponsors at a later date. The next show, March 20th, Empty Promises. Please watch on the Title Match Network. You can see updates on our Instagram page and follow Mission Pro on their pages. And other than that, look out for us tomorrow with Culture Inc. and Janai Kai. They will be on the Next Generation Championship Wrestling show. And Women on Wednesday, something exciting. But like I always say, around this time, I'm Terry. And if I love wrestling, oops, I said Terry. See, I told you, I don't know who I want to be. I got two personalities. But one
Trey,
thing for sure,
aka.
Terry, aka Trey D. Don't forget the apostrophe as you see over there. Ooh. But like I always say around this time, if I love wrestling and you love wrestling, then we love wrestling. This shit's straight for the culture. Ooh. That's a whole different thing. I don't know what happened. I didn't even say it was too sweet.
I know. I was waiting for you to, do your little.
That's only on Spotlight.